Hey guys, and welcome to the video. This is episode 1 on this Audi detailing series, and I'm going to be covering how to wash, pre-wash and wax in your normal weekly wash in this episode. Coming up right after this. Welcome to a beautiful Saturday morning in lockdown. Now, normally I cover tech tutorials and product reviews on my channel, but this morning I'm going to be covering one of my other passions, and that's detailing an Audi. None of the products that I use, I'm being paid for. I've used them out of my own money and through my own research. First things first is soap. We've got iron decontaminant, which I use, which is the Pro-Kleen Dragon's Blood. We're going to be snow foaming. The product that I'm using today is Auto Bright's Magi foam. And the cannon we're going to be using is the MJJC. Now, I'm sure you guys have read and watched many reviews on this product. Very, very good. Some good improvements on the cannon itself. I used a standard Pro-Kleen cannon. After about a year and a half, the thread has gone on it. So as you can see here, it's poor design. With the weight of the water on it, it literally, you can push it all the way in and it just doesn't stand up, and I ended up holding the bottle trying to clean the car, which is a complete disaster. So one of the benefits of the MJJC is it's got a wide neck on it, and it's also got a weighted bowl. So one of the benefits of that is it doesn't matter what angle you have the snow cannon, it'll always be at the bottom, but it's also got a wide neck and quite a strong thread on it. So that was one of the selling points for this particular product. Once it's locked on, that ain't going anywhere. You also have fully adjustable nozzles, and you can also change the mixture. Now, I'm going to be using the Magi foam product today. It's supposed to be a much thicker one. I used the Pro-Kleen strawberry flavoured one before. I found it to be quite watery. And I think the whole idea behind snow foaming is you have that non-contact cleaning. You're trying to get rid of all of the not get rid of all of them, but get rid of the majority of the contaminants, the dirt and the grit. Good 70% of them before you even touch the car. So if you've got that dirt on there, and then you start washing, it turns your wash mitt into effectively a 2000 grit piece of sandpaper. That's the issue, and that's why you get that swirling and that weekly washing all year long. That's how you end up with, because it's difficult to see the markings in the light, I put a little sticker on it so I know where I'm going. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop 100 millilitres. And then we're going to be filling the rest of it with warm water, not cold, warm. And I fill up the whole bottle to the top, and that gives you 1 litre, which is about there. Now this has got the Karcher fitment on the end, because obviously we've got a Karcher K7 here. Now once that is screwed on, that is completely watertight. Well, it's obviously not on the end bit, but obviously once you're using it, it has a tendency to drip. As you can see on the other products, it all drips out of the lid, and oh, it's just a mess. So that's what we're going to be using for the snow foaming. We're going to be washing with the Magi's. As you can see, I'm nearly out. The Ultimate Wash and Wax, which I find to be an excellent product. I am going to try the NXT version for hard water areas, because here in the south of England we do suffer from really bad scale. So I'm going to try that product next, but for today we're just going to be using that. For the wheels, we're using Pro-Kleen's Dragon Blood. I love this product primarily because of its price point. I mean, an iron decontaminant, you know, you look at the Magi's one, as good as it is, you're looking at paying £10 for 500 millilitres, or maybe a litre. You can get 5 litres of this stuff for 15 quid. And at the end of the day, it still does the same job. So what you're after doing is spraying that onto the wheel, break down the brake dust. It all pours off and it turns red. Very, very good product. Use that for many years now. So what we're going to do first of all is spray onto the wheels. First of all, because it's got to go on dry. The decontaminants work best when the wheel is dry rather than wet. So the very first thing before we touch anything is just spray the wheels and then give them a jet wash. So remember, the wheel's got to be dry. So what we're going to do is literally just lightly spray this on. Now remember, this stuff does smell. One of the disadvantages of using a trigger spray is it can become quite tiresome, and also the spraying on the wheels cannot necessarily be so consistent, and also you can also get blowback in your face depending upon how windy it is. If you look at the previous scene, you can see it up in the air. Now one of the ways around that is to get yourself a pressured trigger spray. This was about £8, I think. The link's in the description, and a reasonable one which will hold the chemical. So what you want to do is literally bring that up to pressure. Now one of the advantages is you do have an adjustable spray head which allows you to change the type of spraying. And there you go, simple as that. And it is more consistent, there's no blowback. But also what you can do is you can turn the head and you can really sort of spray it exactly where it needs to go. Or turn it back again. And that's it. It's much, much easier. So get yourself one of those. So iron decontaminant products are also perfectly safe for paintwork. Now what you would tend to do is kind of spray around the arch. Now it's not so much noticeable on a black car. If you had a white car or a light coloured car, then you could actually see, you know, the product reacting and it's, you know, starting to bleed off. If you've got a white car, then it's the most obvious. And when you look at other videos, they'll always use a light coloured car to demonstrate the decontaminant products working. It's very difficult to see it working on a black car. So what I tend to do is just spray it around the back area so that it can break it down. The other area that's good as well is around the exhaust. So we're moving over to Karcher cam now. I've actually got the camera attached to the Karcher, and before we snow foam, what we're going to do is we're going to just run the trigger for sort of 10-15 seconds just to sort of get the air bubbles out. What I found is if you just plug it straight on and then run the cannon, it tends to spit and splurt, and it's just like, oh, before it actually starts foaming. So if you just run the like so, then it would actually get rid of the air. Once you're finished snow foaming, just remember to give it a clean. I've still got some left, so I'm going to keep that. But just pop it in your bucket, because what you don't want is with these pieces here, you don't want it clogging up. So I would just leave that to soak in the water just to sort of really break down any snow foam that's left over.